What is your Achilles heel? So many of us have that one thing that is holding us back. That's a challenge that we've had, since middle school, high school, whatever that may be. It might be personal, might be professional, whatever that Achilles heel is. Now, I'm going to go through in this video is talk about my Achilles heel, some strategies and tips that I'm utilizing and using to overcome it and to come up with a solution so it's not so bad, and eventually hopefully I overcome this Achilles heel. Now what I want you to do is I want you to comment below. Before I get started, I want you to comment below and tell me what is your Achilles heel. Now I'm going to go to my example of what my Achilles heel is currently and has been, is my grammar, my writing. I'm sure if you've read any of my work online, whatever, you'll probably find some grammatics, some writing issues, whatever that may be. And I know that. I know it's something that I've always had a challenge with. Like I said, since middle school, I've had challenge reading. I've overcame that to the point where writing and spelling and grammar has always been an issue, right? And I found tricks, right? Sneaky ways to overcome it, right? In middle school, when I had to do a book report, I would pick books that I knew there was videos or movies of. So, for example, I used The Outsiders was one of my book reports. I think I did in grade 7. And I went and rented the VHS. I watched the book, I watched the movie, I wrote my book report. Sure enough, I did okay. So I know that's kind of one of my Achilles heels, that, writing and grammar. And spelling is not as bad, but I know those kind of writing content, information or styles of media is one of my Achilles heels. So what am I doing to resolve it? If it's for business, and this is something I'm giving you as a tip, if it's for business and and I'll give you my example, I'm a $125 an hour type of person. I know if I put my energy out there, I do that, it's generally worth $125 an hour. So for me to get someone to edit my copy, edit my emails, edit my business plans, my social media plans at, say, $40 an hour, it is worth it, because my time is better spent with clients, working with those, the front-facing kind of energy and activities that's going to bring in the $125 an hour. Now, if I have to have an editor in the back review my work, make sure my message is clear and concise, that everything is in order, I need to do that. Right? Because I need to keep that energy flowing. And that means that I'm still making the money that I need to. Now, of course, $125, subtract 40, I think it's $75. You can do the math. I don't have a calculator, but I think it's like $75 an hour I'm still making. That's still good money, and I'm being efficient with my time. Now, what I'm doing with that strategy, on top of that, for me personally, is I've asked the editor to review my work and give me feedback so I can learn. Now, talking about learning, we have to know the style of the way and the style that we learn. So I know I'm kinesthetic. I know when it comes to auditorial, it comes to visual, those are the styles of learning that I'm weaker on. So if I read something, I might not retain it as well as if I do it. If I hear something, I have to apply it. I know it. I have to listen to it, and then I have to put it into application right away, and then I'll retain it. No problem. I know that. So if you have an Achilles heel and you come up with a solution, right, that you're doing, make sure that solution provides an educational component, and they're providing that education in a way that you learn. So this is why you have to do a little bit of in-depth research and study on yourself to know, one, what your Achilles heel is, and two, what's your style of learning, so you can overcome it and you can learn from it. The second thing that I'm doing, this is kind of for me personally, is I've got this book. Just put this up there. It's Skill Path Business Communication Style Guide. So I'm reading this on my own as well. So I'm kind of doing a full type solution. So I've got an editor in the interim right now, reviewing my work, doing the corrections and anything that I need, providing me feedback. But also on the other side, I'm reading and learning what the technical skills. So what happens is, as I'm doing this, as the editor is giving me feedback, I'm learning the technical skills and I get to apply it. Oh, okay, so that's what he meant. That's the change. Okay, let me change that. Let me do that right away, because I remember reading that and now I get to apply it. So that's why I know this is a solution for me that's going to help, and it's going to help me overcome this Achilles heel. It's taken time. It's taken years and years and years to do this, and it's not something I'm going to do overnight. So that's why I know I have this 2-tier solution. Now, your Achilles heel, whatever that may be, you might put yourself out there like I'm doing right now. And I told you, when I do my video logs, I'm going to do the good and the bad. I don't care. It's going to be both. It's going to be a full-type solution, right? Part of my journey. And I'm going to just, no holds barred. I'm going to put everything out there. But what happens when you do that, and I'm sure this is a fear that some of you feel. I am not sure that you feel it, but I know people out there that feel this, is that, there's a fear, which is false evidence appearing real. That's the acronym. That people are going to give you negative feedback. And it's a possibility that they will do that. They're going to get, oh my God, Brandon, you're terrible at writing. How dare you? How do you own a business? How do you do that? I've had that. Those type of negative feedback are, in my mind, are like this kind of, saying that I've heard. I heard this from Paul Chek, one of my mentors. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So if someone's giving you a negative review, negative comment, who cares, right? If it's valid in the sense that, okay, yeah, I have a bad writing, okay, fine. But if it's not constructive, where they're giving me feedback to help me and to help me grow, who cares? It doesn't matter, right? Seriously, and I'll be honest with you. Those type of opinions are the ones that you don't want to spend energy, time, and you don't want to be around. It doesn't matter. Because those are the ones that are going to hinder you and hold you back. They're going to get you in your mind. They're going to get you emotionally, right? You're going to get frustrated, and you're going to stop doing what you need to do. That's why those type of opinions, let them go. Right? And I'll be honest with you, those type of people, and I've experienced talking to them, are the type of people that are dealing with things themselves. They live in glass houses. Right? And there's probably something that's going on, and it's easier to pick on someone else. I guess the cliche is misery loves company. It's easy to pick on someone else and bring them down than to help them up, right? To help push them up and give them some praises and motivation. So if you get a negative feedback, if you get that negative comment and there's no constructive feedback, like, hey, Brandon, do this, here's what I did, then ignore it. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's the ones that say, Brandon, you know what, who your writing is, it's a challenge. But, Brandon, I had the same problem, or I know someone that did that, and this is what they did, and their writing improved. Try this thing. When you have that review or that information or that feedback, that's the ones I want to be around. That's the people I would actually comment and say, oh my God, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And those are the type of people I want to be around and work with, because I know they're going to do the same thing with the people in my community, in my immediate circle. They're going to be able to give that feedback to them as well, and that's going to be positive. And my friends and family members and business friends are going to appreciate that, and they're going to want to be around that person as well. But someone that's negative, that, oh my God, you suck and this is terrible, right? You're an idiot. My business friends are not going to want to be around them. Who would, right? So I know it's kind of like a funny thing, and I'm kind of laughing and laughing about this, but it's true. We all see these type of people when you're looking on Facebook, you're looking on Twitter, and you're going through your comments. You see these negative, this angry comments. Who cares? Let them go. So that's my Achilles heel, my solution from doing it, and some tips about how to, really put yourself out there. Because I know, and I'm going to tell you this from firsthand, I know there's times where you stop, right? You're like, oh, should I write this? Should I do this? Should I, whatever that Achilles heel is, because there's a fear that, if I do this, there's going to be an issue. Take your time, come up with a solution, come up with a way of doing it, and be comfortable with it. Be around people be around people that will support you. And the ones that give you negative feedback, who cares? It doesn't matter. Don't let it stop you from doing what you enjoy. Remember, the key for me for success in life is bring joy to yourself, bring joy to others. So make sure you comment below. I want to hear what your Achilles heel is. And again, I'll give you constructive feedback and let you know. And if I have some tips and tricks that I can give you, awesome, right? I'll do my best to help you out. And don't forget to come along with this journey. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.